in time.
Cosmic Orb! Link to motion grid!
This is Corey, C.GIBSON Rex. Welcome back to the DYNA CAST Anniversary Special Part 2. We're going over Cosmic Fury. Ooh.
Yay!
The final season of Power Rangers.
Quote unquote.
Or
the final season.
This iteration.
Hey.
Wow.
Wait, is this my Apple stuff? I forgot.
What?
I forgot. This is my the iOS 17. I can. But overall, this is how I felt about Cosmic Fury.
Spoilers. If you didn't know, like I'm a big fan.
Also, buy Gio's shirt. So with me we have returning guest, Mr. Gio Alvarez.
Hi there.
Nathan Smith.
What's up?
And the infamous Black Wing 2040.
Was good.
How's it going?
Good.
Just to recap on the last few episodes of Dino Fury, when they ditched that ridiculous Power Ranger story Bible, the show actually got good. Dino Fury just overall was just like Beast Morphers. It was just, it was happening. And then once you got into the season 2 in those last few episodes, and it's just like, excuse me, you could have been doing this
Drama.
the whole time.
Yeah,
and,
I was out of the loop for Power Rangers for a while, so literally, watch Cosmic Fury. I'm like, okay, condensed, like, what's going on? I'm like, what? That happened? What? No, what?
But one thing, Amelia is a Ravkonian, and I just want, like, I'm just nitpicky. It's like how you grow up into a full adult and not know you're alien. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but she actually explained. In the show that you gotta get to certain age to get the antennas, and then
what it was. Did I miss that?
Huh?
I must have missed that part. I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, there was a part when they said that she got theirs, so they got it at a certain age, and then sometimes in special situations they got it before that.
Oh, okay. It's kind of like, I guess, being a mutant. Like, you don't know you're a mutant until you're in a certain situation, and then it just kind of, like that. If we're talking X-Men. Yeah.
It was more emotional, like because of the emotional thing she was dealing right in that episode, because his pop-up was injured. That's why she got the antenna.
I gotcha. One thing I thought was going to be a precursor to Cosmic Fury and Dino Fury were the Cosmo Raptor Zords, the Cosmic Combo Raptor Zords, because it was.
And they really ditched all those Dino Fury Zords hard.
They just like.
They didn't exist.
It's kind of like Power Rangers season 2. Oh, they're not strong enough.
It also,
that also just seems to be the trend now, at least, bringing in Sentai stuff into, like, Power Rangers. It's like, they're going to just discard a lot. Like,
yeah.
And before we roll into the topic at hand, so when Zato came back, is that Ghost Ranger or is that Dino Fury Zenith Ranger, or is the Zenith title kind of reserved for his Cosmic Fury?
He just comes back with a cape and some other with red and white accents on his suit, just still having the Red Ranger helmet. So I don't know.
Yeah, because he's all like, he's like, Billy asked him, why did you call me the Zenith Ranger? He's like, that's what the Morphin Masters called me. So I'm just assuming that it's Dino Fury Zenith Ranger and then Cosmic Fury Zenith Ranger.
Yeah,
Maybe.
like.
But anyway, the drama leading up to the show.
Okay.
I want to start with the whole racial thing about because I remember before I took my leave from X Twitter that they're putting Zayto on the back. They always taking the Black Red Ranger and they kind of like TJ. He was leading the team, then Andros showed up and then he was wearing blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's kind of something that does happen in Power Rangers, but at the same time, Zayto became a morphing master. So
yeah.
Like I would say it's an upgrade. Like if anything, it's like
so it's
that's like peak.
No Ranger ever in the 30 years of history became a morphing master.
Mm-hmm. Like it's huge. Like
he came up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it was just all that drama for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, Simon Bennett is really active on Twitter. Sometimes he's be saying things he shouldn't.
Yeah.
But he's like, you haven't seen the show yet. It's not a downgrade. It was an upgrade. And then we seen how much of an upgrade it was. He became a god.
Yeah, like
yeah.
There's like no going higher than that. Like
it really is.
Like become a god or stay the Red Ranger.
Or be the Blue Ranger.
Yeah, or be the Blue Ranger.
But at the same time, I feel like what confused fans is that honestly, because I was in a talk with Simon, and the decisions they made, they were driven by fear of rejection, but there was not a single person of color in that room to make the call.
Absolutely.
So I think that was the problem, because if some of you were there, then you will say, nah, there's no problem. Sato can be the White Ranger. There's no problem with that. But instead, they said, let's do this weird color because we don't want backlash because whatever. And and it was weird. And I was like, why there was not someone there to guide them with that issue?
I think out the history of Power Rangers, there aren't too many people of color writing the shows and producing it. So I guess a lot of the issues with Power Rangers regarding diversity and stuff, even though diversity is there, sometimes it feels a little forced.
Yeah.
Because those people that they're trying to represent aren't the ones making the decisions about.
Yeah.
But at the same
people.
time, Simon said that, for example, for all the LGBTQ community and all that, they have an advisor that she was a gay woman, a lesbian, and she was the one that told them, this is great, you're doing good, keep doing it the way you're doing it. But she was the one that was telling them, you should not lean so much into this and whatever. But they got advice from someone that is from the community, and I feel like, why couldn't they do it with the same thing with Sato? Yeah,
like it's kind of very weird with like higher ups and stuff, like what they prioritize and what they put on the back burner. Like I would say it's just beyond like what we understand, but at the end results, it's like people get left out, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Something else that was an issue with the show was not using the Q Ranger suits.
Yes.
Seeing how the show turned out, it would have been kind of.
Yeah, it's like if they had a 12-team lineup, I could see them using it, but it would be just weird, like using Q Ranger suits when you only have like a handful. Like
because you've seen how fast this show. It was 10 episodes, and it shot through. So if you all of a sudden introducing another 5 people,
it didn't make sense.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense. I mean, they even left out like Q Ranger mechs from like the series. Like
we didn't get the Phoenix homeboy, whatever his name.
Yeah, we didn't get Phoenix. Like, I had to like double check, but I don't think they did the Libra Zord.
It was there. It was there. It didn't show
the
up.
Cobra Sword.
Oh.
The
Okay.
Cobra and Ion, he was in that one like once or
Okay,
twice.
yeah. It must have been like a flash in the pan for me because I was
I said, it was hard to represent all the Zords properly.
Yeah. Like,
and they zoomed in and out. They're everywhere.
But we're talking about like a Sentai series with like the most like largest cast, where like you could even argue like 13 like, you know, Sentai Rangers in there.
But about what you were saying, I actually didn't need those suits. I actually felt like these was Power Rangers, and they were trained to be Power Rangers. And Power Rangers was known for being dinosaurs. And when Billy gave the new morphers, he said, "I kept the dino theme because it felt right." And it felt right for this.
It does. Like it does.
So it was almost like it was an option to use a different form for them.
It was probably on the table, but I would say it's more comforting because we're closing everything out. Go with dinosaurs.
You know what would have been cool if we seen Billy working, and then you just seen a schematic of the Q Ranger suit, and he's just like, "That's a little complicated," you know?
Like that would
almost kind of like a slap in the face.
there were a lot of reference like that. I love when in the final Ultra Sword battle, Amelia says, "This battle already took too long. We gotta go," and it was a reference because they didn't want to use the Sentai footage.
Yeah,
and they actually only used like 90 minutes of footage, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, because there was a lot of American Zord footage too with like CG. But one thing, something they did in Power Rangers Turbo, like when you watch Car Ranger, and they formed a VRV Robo, it shows like R and V on the side of the Turbo. Yep. You know? But then you never seen that in Power Rangers Turbo. So when I watched Car Ranger for the first time, I'm like, RV.
Wow. What is that?
Yeah, but then in Cosmic Fury, they didn't take the time to take out the Q Ranger logo. So that kind of
which was
bothered me a bit. So I'm just like,
it's odd like what they kept in and like what they didn't. And like I could see some of the Q Ranger inspiration, like the Cosmic Fury Morpher. That was obviously like took some inspiration from like the Q sidearm, where it doubled as like a firearm, and like that was like that's a cool like nod to it.
Yeah.
Like so we opened up the series there on Zordia, and we haven't been to Zordia since season 3. That's where the Mighty Morphin Rangers got their Shogun Zords from.
I actually didn't even remember that planet before this.
I was obsessed with Zordia. I was like, oh my god, is this where Zords are born? So like I never forgot it for all this time. So like, oh my god, Zordia. But it was weird seeing the Morphine Masters fight with them because it's like, oh, we only watch. But then they started fighting with them. So what was so dire to have them, you know, all of a sudden fight? Because that wasn't really clear as to why they had to be there in battle.
Yeah,
there's a reason, but you're not gonna like it.
Apparently you know something we don't know. What was that?
Yeah,
it feels like this might be the theme with Cosmic Fury. There's a reason, but we're not gonna like it.
Like I said before, I was in a talk with Simon Bennett, and he told us that they did it that way because if they kept the Morphine Masters as characters in the show, it wouldn't make sense. So they had these characters that could fix anything that was wrong with the lore and everything like that with just magic and then it all makes sense, you know? So they had to take them out of the table so they can make the stakes go higher. Because if you have those god-like characters, it doesn't make sense to make a new.
Oh yeah, I mean that makes sense, but like story-wise, why were they there?
Yeah, like
it couldn't just be like Lord Zed was bad because Dino Fury was handling them fine without their help, you know.
And well, it's kind of like why
he did destroy a planet last time he was there.
Did he?
Like, yeah, Tato's
I
Home
don't
Planet.
remember.
Yeah.
Oh
Like-
yeah, he did.
I'll just have to be like,
He's bad.
I'd have to believe you because, like, I didn't watch Dino Fury. I just read a synopsis. Yeah.
But yeah, basically this Lord Zed was from he was reincarnated by some wizard bad guy back in Dino Fury, and he was pulled when he was his evilest, and he can pull people from any time in any place in any universe. That's how it was explained. So if this is Earth Prime Lord Zed, who knows? He could be enough from another dimension, but he does know Billy, and Billy talk trash about his brain being out of his skull.
Honestly, for the sake of not thinking about time paradoxes, let's just say, yeah, he was pulled from a different dimension.
Yeah, it makes sense. He looks cooler. Like, my favorite iteration of Lord Zed is from the '96 movie.
Oh
yeah,
like that is the perfect Lord Zed. Yeah, like he was.
Yeah.
Even though he was a dummy, he was still scary looking. You know?
God, yeah, no, that cost.
Like Lord Zed in the TV show, after a while, I'm like, bro, you just a dummy.
What? I always wonder when I was a kid why they didn't use those suits on the show, because they were so good. The villains and the Rangers they looked better.
Yeah.
With the Lord Zed suit?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that suit rotted away.
Oh God, yeah.
Definitely.
One of my friends has the prop of Impus from Lightspeed, and homeboy looked like he was a zombie. Half his face is gone, and his little cocoon is all torn up. I was just like, oh, he's like, don't touch it. He made disintegrate. Don't touch it.
And that's the thing with like American prop stuff. It's like that's going to disintegrate. Like, I mean, comparing apples with oranges, like if we talk about Ultraman, apparently like the original Ultraman suit is still intact and they still use it for like filming, which is amazing.
They actually had the Ultraman suits at New York Comic Con. Like, they actually had suit actors because there was like an Ultraman stage show going on at the convention this weekend, and the suits look really great. Like, they still look clean for what they look like.
I'm jealous you met Blazar again. I'm Ultraman Blazar.
I met Blazar and Earth Garon and Ultra 7. I missed to get a picture with OG Ultraman. I was like, damn it.
But aren't the identities of the Power Rangers a secret because Ollie knew who Billy was?
Well, Ranger history, Ranger archives.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
Oh yeah.
Okay, solve that.
Yeah.
I didn't even think twice about that. I was like, oh, he's a Power Ranger, so he would know who Billy is. But the Zentinels were cool. I like
those.
They're
Were
like
cool.
Quantrons.
I would say, like this, miniseries, I would say like peak villain designs, peak original foot soldiers, peak original, villains for it. Like, say what you will about the Ranger suits themselves, like those villains and alien suits. Absolutely.
I do kind of have a tangent about the suits, but it kind of would have been cool to see the Zed putties, because they had the Golem suits from Zoo Rangers now. So it would have been kind of cool to see like a Z putty with the proper Golem face.
Oh yeah. Or even a weird amalgamation of like the Sentinels and like putties. Like, that would be good.
But in regards to the Cosmic Fury suits, like I seen people bashfully Photoshop them, and they do look fine when you remove the muscles.
Yes.
But I feel like the suits were just constructed weird.
Yeah.
Because under the Ranger suit, they wear like an all white suit to kind of hide all their flab or whatever unsightly humanness that you have, like roles are, if you're not, buff or whatnot.
Yeah,
but if the muscles were on that suit and then they put the Ranger suit over
it,
then it would have looked fine. But it looked like they were wearing like a cup.
Yeah.
it was weird looking. I just think the suits were just constructed weird.
Like, if they did it a bit better, like I would have been fine with like the muscles. But yeah, like that muscle part's like you very can clearly see where it attaches together. Like, like it's spandex is like form fitting, so just put something underneath it, like that muscle suit. There you go. Like problem solved.
It was like all the monster suits were made by Toei, and then they made them suits. So it's just like they made the Ranger suits too.
I actually have to defend the suits. I do like the design. The design itself, it's good, but like you said, the construction is a bit weird, and I see what they wanted to do, but it wasn't like that great. I mean, they could have been better. But if you look the footage, it doesn't look that bad.
It's not all that distracting. It's just
not
if
really
shot lingers too long.
Yeah,
and it's just kind of
like, and once it's moving and going, I think they look good. I mean, like they could have added a little bit more details to the suit, but like I would say it's a good. I would say like middle of the ground, good base suit. They could have pushed it a little bit more, but yeah, that muscle, like fast.
I also think that the girls, they look better because they didn't have all the muscles, and the guys. If you
had the pecs and the abs, just had
they were
those pecs that could crush a walnut, man. Or like they could probably bend a power coin if they put it like right in the center.
Yeah.
Apparently someone on the staff has a thing for Ninja Steel because Ninja Steel just keeps coming back.
Like,
I don't know why.
But why? Like, they want to redeem themselves because he was something else. And I gotta say, the way they brought Ninja Steel back, it was good. It was better than Ninja Steel actually. But I don't know why they
keep referring to it. I'm like, let it go.
Okay.
I think even like there's always like that show in like a franchise where it's like we need to make it work. Like I swear it'll work. Like it'll work. Like and it's like bro, it's on like it's held together by duct tapes in a dream. And it's just like no, we need to push this.
Do we know why Billy and Mick were looking for the Cosmic Fury Zords?
No, we don't know.
To move the plot along, pretty much.
Because.
Yeah.
Just because.
Yeah, just because.
But I noticed Lord Zed's voice was different from in Dino Fury, so whoever is doing the voice now sounds a lot more like Lord Zed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it took me a while. I'm like, oh wait, no, like the original actor like passed away. I'm like, damn, but yeah, this is a good impersonation.
And also Billy referred to the morphing grid as the biofield, like in RPM.
Oh, that's neat. I didn't catch that.
I caught that. I was he said biofield.
Corey always catching everything.
I caught everything.
Oh, so the guy who voices Zed in Cosmic Fury, Fred Tedeshore, well-known voice actor. He's known for voicing the Hulk in other animated Marvel projects, video game projects. So they found a perfect guy to voice Lord Zed. Really good choice.
Yeah, man. You know what? Thinking about it, if you made it Lord Zed's voice a bit gruffer, I could hear the Hulk. Like,
something that I feel is weird is because I'm from Mexico, so the voice here is a lot different, but it sounds the same as the one in English. But when the actor, the voice actor, did the lines and all that, they made the addition digitally. So the voice it sounded like Lord said, but it wasn't. He wasn't doing the voice. The effects guy or whatever was doing the voice in the computer. And I mean, like, why couldn't they do that a bit? Sort of like how
like an AI voice generator.
Yeah.
Sort of like how Darth Vader has like like that effect going on. They could have done something similar. I don't know why they didn't do that, but
that's like I said, go back to movie Zed. He had that effect in his voice. It was just really
Yeah.
It was gargly and it felt like it was talking through a radiator. It's just like
Yeah.
One thing about Lord Zed is that he seems to be obsessed with Power Rangers, but not in the way like most villains are obsessed with Power Rangers. Like, when he first showed up, he was just talking about soon I'll make my team of evil Rangers. He was saying that for like 3 episodes for in the beginning of season 2. Then he just stopped talking about it, and then those Z Rangers, the Putty Rangers showed up with the crayfish, and the putties became Power Rangers, and then those didn't work, and then he made the Z Rangers that didn't.
Wait, which one? Those were the Mutant Rangers from season 1.
The Mutant Rangers. Yeah.
Look at you, MMPR fanboy, getting it incorrect.
Yeah. No. They're the Clone Rangers Rita made with the Mirror Monster, and then Zed did one too with the crayfish.
Yeah.
And then there were the Z Rangers with they looked like putties, but they had the diamond with the Z.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. No, I'm remembering that. Yeah.
And then in the comic books, the Z Rangers came back with Rita and the Squat and Babu.
Yep.
And then Lord Zed became a Power Ranger.
Yep.
And now in the show, he's a Morphin Master.
Yeah, like it's
I got beef with that.
Look, we're gonna say Master Zed at the end. I just wanted
to.
Nah.
I gotta get that off my chest now.
All right, go ahead.
Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
What a freaking wasted opportunity! Because that suit
yes,
so cool.
Yes. In that, I thought you was gonna talk trash. Master Zed looked hard as fuck.
All that because the Morphin Masters pretty much got hoed in the first episode.
Yeah.
Just wasted. And then all this build up for Zed to get transformed into a Morphin Master himself. And the suit looked really dope, by the way. And then only for him to get kidnapped by what's the squid villain's name again?
It's
Squidlia?
Yeah, it's
Squidlia. Yeah.
It's Bajilia Nair.
And I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like, this would have been such a great fight to do. But again, it's like they don't want to do fight scenes with Zed at all.
Yeah, it was almost like I feel like it was a budget thing. Because, like, in my head, I'm like, if this happened, like, because, I'm thinking the battle in Gokaiger. When they're the final battle in Gokaiger.
Oh, yeah, the 199 Heroes War.
Not
the final. Yeah.
When they find the black villain, whatever it is.
Yeah, the Space Emperor. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about that fight, but with Master Zed.
Oh my God, that one's so
like
good.
how cool that would have been this fight, but they just talked him out of it being evil.
Yeah, he got jobbed like hard. Like he was just like, I'm at my ultimate form. That's just like, yeah, nope. Like, got a hard counter to that.
It would have been nice to see. I just wish it had another 10 episodes. Maybe if it went
boy,
off.
I was about to get to that point. Because
go ahead.
I think we're all like at that point. It's like, oh, we need to talk about that episode length. Like, we need to talk about the series length, man.
When Simons was told that originally they were gonna get 20 episodes, but they had to chop it down to 10. If my roadmap of what they were going to do if they did this was that Master Zed's in the tube, and if the tube exploded, it would have created like an anti-Z wave, turning everything good evil. So I'm thinking like all the villains that were cleansed during the Z wave, they get returned after this anti-Z wave, and that could be like, oh shoot, like the Rangers all across the universe are like captured, defeated, and they're at a heavy loss. I feel like that could have been like a good mid-season finale, and then pick it back up with trying the Rangers, having them like try to recollect themselves and try to re-cleanse the universe again of all evil. That would have been a great back half.
It's almost like Countdown to Destruction, but extended.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But again, I feel that there was not enough time and budget, but I feel like they would really wanted to do that, so they did the way they could. And fighting scenes, I think they are a lot harder to do because they did have set fighting in the first episode and with the Rangers, and I would like to have seen a fight fight scene with Master Set. But I feel like the important thing in that scene was the betrayal and also the the ending of the series when you get like the how to say the ending where there's no fight and the resolution was just talking. And I know people were upset about that because they just talk and Ollie told him like you gotta let go of the power, But I felt like that actually made sense for Power Rangers because they were always like the good boys for superhero shows. And for me, it made a lot of sense that in the final episode they give a morale for the series.
Yeah,
you gotta let go sometimes. I almost felt like when they said we gotta take the C-Wave to the morphing grid and bye Power Rangers for all history. I thought they were gonna go with that ending, but I felt like what we got was good too.
Because
it's almost like I kind of believe it because, as I said before, Lord Zed is just kind of a dummy.
Yeah.
And so it's just like they talked him out of it. I mean, it's not like it hasn't been done before.
Yeah.
You go back and watch, they talked him out of like he just feel like God damn it.
Yeah.
So it's nothing that hasn't been done before, but just Master Zed was just a wasted opportunity. But it's not like it was on purpose,
Yeah, no, it's definitely like budgets and stuff. I would have loved if they had a longer season. Like, I mean, going back to like the whole Q Ranger thing, if we have like 12 like people, it would have been cool to see like, the Dino Fury like cast mixed with Legacy, like, Rangers, and that would have been like the whole thing. Part 1, and like, Zed wins, and like the remnants like, fight back. But that Hasbro shoestring budget, they needed to like, do something.
I feel like to even use the Q Ranger suits, some of the suits have to be redesigned, like black and blue.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, I would have been like totally okay. It would have made sense from like, a storytelling standpoint where it's like, oh, the Legacy Rangers suits are like their old ones because like, the Dino statues for Dino Fever was destroyed, but not like their source of power. Like, that would have been like fine. That would have made sense.
The base, the Dino Fury base, I always assumed it was a spaceship. But then they turned it into a spaceship. So I'm just like, Because like, how did you guys get there? how did the Ravkonians get to Earth in the first place? I assumed that was their ship.
Yeah.
It was weird because there's a hole in their story because Solon says that they use it to get to Earth, but it burns the system. So what? She repaired it or what? They don't explain it because she says that when they use it again, it burned the system.
But the teleport button?
Yeah.
They need to upgrade in equipment.
I mean, it's been 65 million years. I mean, they can do better.
The joke Ion kept making about like he kept saying how he was older than Billy.
Yeah.
He's like, actually, I'm older than you, Billy. Look at that little guy. We finally get to see Eltar for the first time.
Or at least, first time on film, at least.
Yeah, because every time we've seen Eltar, it was this old NASA footage of the moon.
Yeah.
But now it's an actual planet.
I appreciate the effort because they wanted to make it epic, but it didn't cut it out for me, especially because they used the Q Ranger footage.
Yeah.
Were those planets from Q Ranger?
Yes, they were.
I didn't watch enough Q Ranger to even know that.
Yeah.
Wow. Boy, fix that.
What was that?
You better fix that.
It's fun. Like, it's a fun show. Like, I mean, part of like why I kind of have beef with like, Cosmic Fury is like Q Ranger was like really fun. Like, I was kind of expecting maybe a space opera. They did my boy Scorpio dirty in Cosmic Fury. Like,
I don't know. I don't. It was just some. It's like I want to watch Q Ranger, but I started watching it and then I just didn't finish it. At some
feel
point
you.
in my life, I will, because I have the Space Sheriff Govan and Q Ranger crossover. I keep trying to watch that, but I fall asleep every time I'm watching it. So I'm just like, maybe Q Ranger is boring.
I mean,
so I never got around to it.
It's totally fine. I mean, like, I would sound hypocritical, but yeah, I will start Super Sentai series, like finish it, like get halfway, then it's like, oh hey, new Kamen Rider season, like, you know, let's blitz through that.
So we have Heckle returning, and his story in the comic books is not canon to the show.
Yep,
it's what I figured out, because I thumbed through. I found my issue. I thumbed through it real quick, and he was talking to Xenowing, and then he used the Dark Crystal or whatever, and he made his own morpher.
Yeah.
And then something happens, and Xenoring gives him his morpher.
Yeah.
So he has the Coryu Silver's
gun.
Dino Charge gun. And that's not what he changed with.
it was that boomerang. But yeah.
And then on top of that, his stripes are red in the comic book.
Yeah. But those ones silver.
They're gray. They
use the Kiryu Navy helmet.
Yeah, it's very interesting, that Dark Ranger suit. It's like a kit bash of, like, you know, like Navy and like I'm blanking out on like the evil version of it. But yeah, it's it took a bunch of parts from it. But yeah.
Because even in Bandai he had a different, he was Talon Ranger.
Yeah.
But then in the comic books he was Dark Ranger.
Yeah.
So that character is real fun.
Yeah.
So I don't mind him changing with the boomerang, but it would have been cool to see the
morpher,
the comic book canon.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Some sort of link.
But
we keep getting teases.
Yeah.
But nothing.
Because like
I always felt like they wanna bring stuff from the comics, but they wanna make it different. If you look at the designs of the Morphing Masters and everything they have brought from the comics, they change it.
Yeah.
And that makes you feel like maybe it's a different universe or something, because they keep make changes. Oh.
Because keep going. Like,
No, you go.
Yeah, no, because like definitely, like, I mean, going back to how we were talking about, like, you know, Zed's obsessiveness with like Rangers and stuff. Like, this is major comic spoilers. So I don't know if anybody listening in doesn't want to get spoiled, like cover your ears or fast forward or something. So the big reveal is like Lord Zed is Zordon's mentor, and so it like makes sense why he's obsessed with like Power Rangers. And like I was like, oh, are they go like bring that into like the show? And it's just like, nah, you know, just Morphin Master powers. Like
I kind of didn't.
I feel like
that in the book.
Yeah.
I feel like they try to like if you read the books, you can make it work, but if you didn't, you don't need it.
Yeah,
so,
it's like it's good, like almost like good theory crafting, at least for the TV show. Like if you're into the comics, it like adds a bit more, but you can theory craft still with the show because it's you know it's up there.
What do you like that, Corey? I love that arc about Elder War and all that.
I mean, it just doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? I don't know, because I guess in my head I always imagined Lord Zed being son. I knew they had a history.
Yeah.
And I guess it's not about him being the mentor, it's him being from Eltar. If he was still his mentor and not from Eltar, then fine, you know?
Yeah, like kind of like a Sinister and Hal Jordan thing.
Yeah, I guess I just had a problem with him being from Eltar. Like I always wondered, like, how does Lord Zed, like, he's able to feel, because you know Zordon, like, I sense a disturbance in the morphing grid, and like Lord Zed can do it too, but that's because he was burnt to hell by the Zeal crystal.
Okay.
So I'm like, I put those things together.
Like, Zed always has like a weird bunch of theory crafting, because like, you know, when I was younger and like, you know, I saw like that Z on his staff, and like, because the morphers in Power Rangers, they use the Zhu Ranger one. And like when I was a kid and I saw the Z on the back with morphers, I'm like, oh, like is Zed connected to those morphers somehow?
I thought it was for Zordon because he was just kind of
like
full of himself.
Yeah, like it's I would say like that, like at first, like, you know, I kind of like, I don't know, for me, like when I was a kid, it's like that Z on Zed's staff is very similar to like the Z on the morphers, so maybe, but then, you know, growing up, it's like, no, it's Z for Zhu Ranger. I'm like, okay.
And then they just ignore it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like the Q Ranger logo. Ignore it.
Yeah. It's best to, like, you know, be like, it's not there. It's like you're seeing things.
I see there's a big old star back there. No, it's not.
No, it's not there. It's definitely not the same as like the TV Nihon subtitles in Dino Fury. It's not there.
Cosmic Fury is I guess you could say the prologue to SPD. All the attacks on all the planets. This is how New Tech City was the what do they call those cities? When migrants needed a place to go, like a sanctuary city. Yeah. So that's kind of how that gets set up, SPD, and it's kind of then we get returning Zords. We get the Galaxy Megazord, Astro Megazord, and 2 Clusterfucks Megazords. One from Beast Morphers and the other one from Ninja Steel.
Yeah,
I don't know what the names are. I forget.
Well, I actually thought I saw like a Ninja Storm like in there
Ninja
somewhere.
Steel.
Yeah, but so was Ninja Steel. Like shit.
But they had the Storm Power Megazord in there?
Yeah, I thought I did because I remember like that big old bulky, like, you know, orb chest. I'm like, oh man, like I love that. Like I was obsessed with that as a kid. So yeah, I thought I saw it in there.
I don't know. Maybe I gotta go back.
They only had 5.
It was just the 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like with Hasbro's weird obsession with like Ninja Steel, it was probably
Ninja
the
Steel.
Ninja
Let it
Steel.
go.
Yeah.
It's because the one you're thinking about, it looks similar to the one you think it is.
Yeah.
But this other one is the Ninja Blaze Megazord, and it's from Ninja Steel, and it has the same.
The big round.
Yeah, the big circular
points in the cross. Yeah. But it was that one, and then there was the Galaxy Megazord, the Astro Megazord, the Dino Megazord, and the B6 Megazord.
Yep.
Oh, Corey, let me get my last 2 cents in. I'm about to take off.
Yeah, I know it's late over there.
Yeah.
Some brother needs to eat. But so my final my final thoughts on Cosmic Fury as a whole. It had some good ideas. One thing I will give the season credit for when it came like to originality, like bringing some Sentai suits, like for example, the Black Cross King from the 199 Heroes movie.
Ooh,
they put that in the episode when they were on the villain planet performing a concert. They gave that suit a recolor. I thought that was really dope. So again, for originality, I thought that was pretty dope. I just felt like some things needed to be executed a little bit better, and also just the way how it ended. I really wanted Zato to get something more of just like, Amelia becomes red, Zato becomes Zenith Ranger, but the more he keeps morphing, the less time he has on Earth, and then he transcends to a Morphin Master. And I'm just like, you could have done that a little bit better instead of just like shoving him off just to say like, oh yeah, your time as a ranger is over now. Now you're being quote unquote promoted to Morphin Master, so now you're one of us now. I just feel like it could have been. There's a whole lot of things with Zato's arc that could have been executed a little bit more. I will say Ali was definitely like the best character of the entire season. Ali definitely came a long way. Fern being orange, it was all right, I guess, but it didn't really go anywhere.
Yeah,
it was our first
her helmet bothers me.
It's
a copy of the pink or red Ranger's helmet. It's just like
and with some slight detail changes, but they weren't
our first ever official Orange Ranger. I'm like, okay, cool. That's nice. I did like the individual weapons because that's something we have not seen in Power Rangers in so.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
those weapons were absolutely amazing.
But yeah, I definitely, like I said, I give credit to originality and the combining of the team cannon, which was kind of dope, but they barely got to use it.
yeah.
But other than that, Dino Fury, Cosmic Fury was an okay season. I just wish some things were executed a little bit better, and that's really all I have to say.
All right. Yeah, I agree with all of that. The cannon was very, very 90s Sentai, like Jetman.
Yep.
Max Man.
Awesome.
They just had the giant cannon.
It's just a giant tube.
But yeah, I guess we'll catch you later, Blackwing.
Thanks for having me on, Corey. Gentlemen, enjoy
sure.
the podcast, and may the power protect y'all.
Yep, may the power protect you as well. But actually, speaking of like, Zato and like his giant cape, like when they revealed like, oh, every time he uses his powers, like, he's go like, get closer to being sent back to the morphing grid. I was sitting there, I'm like, Spawn? Is that you? Like, because I was just like, okay, we got a billowing cape, like, just like Spawn, and he has a time limit every time he uses his powers. I'm like, man, that is like straight up like the Spawn Ranger right there.
And it also is very Zoo Ranger, because that's how it went out,
Yeah, like.
Oh, and Tommy.
Yep. Yeah, the green candle. Yep.
So, wrapping things up, Zordon low key made an appearance.
Yeah.
As Zato. I didn't think. I mean, he was there, but then he wasn't there.
Yeah. I know there's like behind the scenes stuff going on with like, the actor and the voice actor. So it's like that was like the only way to go around it.
So it's almost like Zordon is trapped in another time warp.
Yeah.
His memory's really choppy and he's just kind of, he's like, damn, am I never going to get out of here?
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting because in the comics something similar did happen when the Rangers from Shattered Grid entered to Beyond the Grid, and there was this void for a while and it was all white, and I thought maybe they got it from there. Like maybe there are parts of the universe that aren't connected, and something like that. And I thought it was nice. And I feel conflicted about Sato being Zordon and all that, but
he's not. It was Ion meeting Zordon, but
it was one of those
seeing him as Zato.
Yeah, it was a sci-fi.
I mean that Russell played both.
Zato
and
like
Zordon.
It would have been interesting to do like a different one, but like I like the sci-fi trope of like I'm a being that you can't fully understand, so I'm going to be this like thing that you understand. Like it's a sci-fi trope, but it would have been good to have like some originality, like something like.
But at the same time, I feel like if they have done like a new actor or something, and maybe just got the voice actor to do the lines, someone will have complained anyways, and it will have been a lot more expensive. So
I think I mean, if they had the voice actor, there'd be beef with like the head actor and stuff for Zordon, and that whole thing. It's like what the heck, like you brought the voice back, but not like who I was. So I think it was like it was a way just to dodge a legal bullet.
So, final thoughts on Power Rangers Cosmic Fury.
I would have to say, like, I agree with Blackwing with like really good with originality. It just felt really rushed. I have some like worries like moving forward with it because I know there's like talks of like doing only original footage, but if Hasbro is going to continue with a lot of budget cuts, they're going to run into a wall where like we might not get cool monster designs or we might not get cool suits, and at that point we might not see like, the new reboot is just going to be indistinguishable from like, what we're used to. So a little bit worried. Like, I hope, ingenuity and creativity win out. And I do hope like, Hasbro, like, kind of like, relents a little bit, because if you kind of just half-ass stuff, people are just going to get tired of it. Like, there needs to be like,
they half-ass stuff for 30 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's true, but I mean, I'm not gonna that is like the truth, but I mean, there needs to be like, some like effort to the half-assing. Like, there can't be like bare minimum, especially if they're venturing into unknown territory with original, like, things and trying to move away from like Sentai footage. Like, they need to budget. Like,
all right, go ahead, Gio.
Yeah, I would say this season in the last 20 years is the most Power Rangers season I seen. Like, it felt like Power Rangers from the 90s, not Power Rangers from the Neo Saban era or the Hasbro era or the Disney era. It felt like Power Rangers, like you have a bunch of things and you put them together and they work. But it brought me back nostalgic, because we had Dire Ranger suits and we had mechas from other seasons and all that in Mighty Morphin, and it felt like that in this season, and they managed it nicely, and I felt that was nice. Also, they made a lot of new things in Power Rangers, like having a female Red being the leader, and that was good. They had 2 gay Rangers in the team. That was not nice. They had an Orange Ranger, a Beige Ranger, the Zenith Ranger, and they had a disabled Ranger because Javi lost his arm. And I felt they really tried to make it fresh and new. And they had an evil Ranger that was evil most of the season, and that was good. And they had many twists and callbacks, like I love how they saved the canon for the last episode, because it felt epic. Like in the comics, they only used it in certain times. And
I kind of wish that I stayed off the internet, because the leaks, I got spoiled with the Orange Ranger and the canon, and I was just like, and it was like 2 days before the show was gonna come out.
Nah, and I actually want to say this now that we're here. I actually blocked people because they did that, and I was so upset, because I was like, why would you do this? And even the producer Simon said, like, where did you get the footage, and why didn't you sign an NDA on this or whatever, or why are you showing it? Like, it's no big deal. And I had to block a bunch of people, and I just said to people on Twitter, I'm gonna block you if you post spoilers. You're blocked, and I do not unblock people, and that's it.
God, yeah.
But returning to Cosmic Fury, I loved it. I think it's the most Power Rangers season I've seen in a while, and I love that. They didn't set out to create a new season of Power Rangers. Instead, they tried to like make, like you said, to end a chapter of for me it felt like they tried to because the main universe ended in the in space finale. So it felt like they got that starting point, and they wanted to continue that. And for me, as a longtime fan, that was the best they could have done. Could they have done it better? Of course, but I also want to clarify that Hasbro had nothing to do with this. It was all Netflix, and that gives me hope, because if Netflix was so interested in doing this, then I think they can do even better, because they were the ones that said, let's make a third season. It wasn't Hasbro. Netflix was the one that said, I want to pay to make it. And that gives me hope. I think there's some good things to come from this. I hope.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, because Hasbro only made like 3 Cosmic Fury toys. So it's just like,
I mean,
there's the Megazord, that mask and then the
I mean,
morpher.
going into it also, like, I just want to say, like, if anybody at Hasbro is listening, like, seriously, if I can buy like the Q Ranger mech for $10 more, then like the Cosmic Fury Zord, like lower the price because God, yeah, that the quality on that.
The price is already lower. I don't know if you have tried to check it out, but
yes, on Amazon. Yeah, on Amazon, I think it's now 40. Like they have put it on a super discount. But I mean, I like Geo. After hearing like it was Netflix that was funding it, I do have a little bit more hope. Like I'm like a little bit less like sour. So if Netflix is game for doing some more and they're willing to put more money into it, like you know what, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, and about the toys, if Hasbro is really listening, I love it. I want toys of everything. I want my evil Kaimoya, and I want my master set, and I want my full team of Rangers.
Yep.
And they stop doing that weird thing where you can only get Rangers in this like in the Amazon pack, and then just stop that, please. Just release everything at once.
Yeah. I need an accurate Cosmic Fury morpher. I need it accurate.
Yeah.
I want
something accurate.
But I pretty much have the same feelings. It was a nice send off. I don't dislike anything about it. It was the same sort of tropiness that we get in Power Rangers. Zato mentioned he called the Cosmic Fury Dragon Zord Cosmic Fury Dragon Megazord once, so they still were messed up names and the editing was weird in some spots. And the Cosmic Fury Zords were just like a fleet of just freaking. They're just all over the place, and they're just hopping.
Just a blur.
Yeah. So everything was cool. It did feel like Power Rangers, like you said. It didn't feel like a show called Power Rangers. It did actually feel like Power Rangers. Yeah. And like I said in the last episode, like this is just a nice send off. Hasbro's taking a break. I'm going to take a break. I'm just going to watch classic Super Sentai. I'm not even going to watch anything labeled Power Rangers until the reboot pops up. This has been a cool 2 episodes for DYNA CAST 2nd anniversary. And where could everybody find you guys?
I'm Gio Alvarez at Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, although I use mostly Instagram.
Yeah, I'm mostly active on Instagram. It's Celtic Adobo. You can find me there, and you can see me poorly acting at the Comic Book Hideout Instagram page. I am the sole tokusatsu person there. Please come in. Like, let my manager know to order more Power Ranger stuff and more Kamen Rider stuff.
And I'm C.GIBSON Rex. I am just active on the Meta app, Instagram, and Threads. And that's been it. Happy birthday, DYNA CAST. Happy birthday, Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Yep.
We see you guys in the next one.
Laters.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, wow.
I forgot this.
Perfect.
That was unintentional. I forgot all about that.
Picture time.
The Power Rangers are over! Cool, y'all.